15 years ago, I slipped a disc in my neck, which required traction and physiotherapy, and I was in a collar for about 2 months. And then 3 years ago, I fell off a chair, overbalanced, and I slammed into the angle between the floor and the wall and sustained a compression fracture of my lower thoracic spine. I had several courses of physiotherapy with ultrasound and electronic stimulation, and later on osteopathy. But I was left with residual pain on sitting for many months, for about 8-9 months, which was made worse by my slump posture. And it was then that I was looking for a way of strengthening my back muscles.
The Alexander technique re-educates the body to operate with minimum effort. A teacher who has applied the Alexander technique to swimming is Stephen Shaw.
Swimming is the most popular form of exercise. According to government figures, there are 10 million people that swim every month.
I want the arms to be here.
A large number of those people take up swimming because of neck or back problems. Because many people have poor technique, they can actually aggravate the condition and do more harm than good. And we tend to assume that competitive swimmers have correct technique and it's the most efficient way of swimming. And my experience has kind of shown me that competitive swimmers aren't necessarily the healthiest role models to follow.
Yes, that's good.
The stroke that I swam was the breaststroke, and competitive swimming involves really lifting your shoulders up, hunching your shoulders and coming very high out of the water. And that had an effect of compressing the vertebrae of my neck, and my neck was always stiff. It wasn't until I was about 16 or 17 that I really started to develop serious neck and back problems, and for that reason I took up the Alexander technique. We looked at the body in the water, and with the use of the Alexander technique developed a system that actually helped people to get the most out of their swimming, so people could improve, strengthen and develop healthier and stronger back through swimming. Before we start working with anyone, we look at them in the water to see if there's anything that they're doing that may aggravate their back condition. The first thing that we teach is about trusting and relaxing and being comfortable in the water.
It's structured in very small steps, which you practice between lessons, and eventually it all adds up to the complete stroke. But you're very aware of an ongoing dialogue when you're swimming, and you're aware of what you're thinking and what you're doing, which is something I hadn't experienced before.
If we put our faces into the water in a calm, relaxed way, it activates something called the dive reflex. And the dive reflex slows down our metabolic rate. It's very meditative. This reflex was first discovered in seals, and people wanted to understand how a seal, a mammal, could go under the water for long periods of time and remain calm. And then they found that it wasn't just seals, that it was almost every type of mammal had the same reflex.
I think the core of the method is learning to glide properly, to stretch out and to feel that the water is able to support you if you allow it.
Most people think that the most important thing in swimming is effort and straining and pushing yourself very hard. We say that if we're relaxed, calm and have a sense of rhythm in the water, we can really learn to swim much more effectively and more efficiently.
Since I've been having Alexander lessons combined with the swimming lessons, I've found that my back is much, much stronger. I don't feel it's a weak link anymore. It's made a tremendous difference. I think it's being in contact with an awakening realization of body awareness. And I think the technique also offers more profound and subtle changes in how you look at life. You're more relaxed, and definitely the journey has become more important than the final destination.